Yo, 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 what's up? Trey TD23 back with another video. Whoa, why is it so loud all of a sudden? This was not that loud. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hope so. Sorry. I hope you guys can hear me, but welcome back. In my NBA talk. Not going to take too much time talking about these games. Just finished watching the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies, Bucks Celtics, and then Heat and 76ers last night. Those are the only 3 games I have watched since Wednesday because I was busy. Yesterday I was happy I got to catch the Heat and Sixers game. I'll talk about that game first. Then I'm going to talk about the games happening tomorrow. So I'm going to just talk about the Miami Heat and 76ers in general. 76ers are back, man. 76ers are back in the series. With the help of Joel Embiid and James Harden turning the clock back. That's too far. James Harden turning the clock back last night, dropping about 30 points, 6 threes, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, whatever he had. Hitting a bunch of clutch shots, just him getting to his spots, him hitting his shots and getting to his spots. And Joel Embiid being on the court really helps the Philadelphia 76ers because defensively, you know he's going to be there, and you never know when he can go off. Even though he's got that orbital fracture and he's got that torn ligament in his finger, it's tough for the Heat to really sag off of him. Even though I know that thumb is really bothering him because he was wide open from top of the key from 3, maybe a little bit towards the wing, but he missed all backboard. And he was wide open, so it's either that thumb or that mask is really, really, really bothering Joel Embiid. But they got the win, and James Harden and Joel Embiid are big parts of that. Tobias Harris has been really good defensively. Maybe not there offensively. I think he had a game this series where he did have 25 plus. I don't remember. Tyrese Maxey's been there. Danny Green has had 2 good games in a row. 1 great game, and then last night it was all right. Excuse me. So I think this is going to go 7, and I don't know who's going to win. It depends on what version of James Harden we get the rest of the series. If we get Houston Rockets, James Harden, and there's just what Joel Embiid's giving us now, then I think he can go 7, and I think the 76ers could take it. But if we get MVP Joel Embiid, MVP James Harden, then it's no doubt that we're getting 76ers and probably 6. I'd say 6 at that point. I was talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics. So earlier-ish in the game, I think like the second quarter, Giannis dunked on Al Horford, and he stared him down. Al Horford shook his head, and that's where everything changed. Al Horford dropped 30. Tatum dropped 30. And it was over. It was just over. Al Horford was doing whatever he wanted. Jason Tatum was doing whatever he wanted. Marcus Smart was playing defense. Giannis was pretty much doing whatever he wanted, but no one else could really do anything. So it was definitely really tough for the Milwaukee Bucks. But it's going 7. It's 2-2. I was really hoping every series would go 2-2 today, but I'm gonna talk about that series in a second. That really made me mad. But yeah, it was a really good game. Jaylen Brown didn't necessarily have the best game. The stats I haven't looked at the stats, but the stats might say he had a decent game, but he didn't have the all-star Jaylen Brown game that I thought he was gonna have again. But let's not go any further. Let me talk about this damn Grizzlies and Warriors game, man. It really it was a low-scoring game. It's exactly what the Memphis Grizzlies wanted. They wanted just dirt, like not necessarily dirty, but just a gritty, grinded, defensive, physical game that they could pull away without John Morant. Desmond Bane was hitting his shots. Jaren Jackson was getting to his spots. Tyus Jones was hitting shots. Kyle Anderson was doing what he wanted almost. Steph Curry's the first player in NBA history with 500 threes in his playoff career. I think that's what the stat was. Either 500 or 1,000 in a playoff career. Shout out to Steph Curry. Was huge in the fourth quarter, dropping 18. Klay Thompson hit a big 3. Jordan Poole was doing what Jordan Poole does. Draymond Green was playing great defense. Andrew Wiggins was doing his thing, grabbing them rebounds. But Dylan Brooks really sold it for the Memphis Grizzlies. While I was watching this game, it was really making me mad that Dillon Brooks was getting the ball as much as he did. I get Dillon Brooks is probably one of your better players besides Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., and John Morant wasn't there, but some of those shots he takes, he can't make them. He can't make some of the shots that he takes. He can't make them. He doesn't have a flick in his. He shoots like this, like however he shoots, he does something like that. You're a great defender, and when you start hitting your shots, you can hit your shots. But when you shot like 5 of what, almost 20, why are you shooting so much? Give it to Desmond Bane. You can be a not like a playmaker, but playmake during the game. If your shot's not hit, if your shot's not going, unless you are the star, unless you're the Steph Curry, the Klay Thompson, the John Morant, the Kevin Durant's, the LeBrons, the Giannis, the Tatum's, the whatever. If you're not the star, why are you taking heavily contested shots? One of the last plays of the game, you made that half-court shot. Shout out to you. That's why I said he's like 5 of 20 or something, because I remember it said he was 3 of 17. He hit a layup when they were down 3, and then he hit the half-court shot, whatever. But he's got to stop taking these bad, ill-advised shots. If it was John Morant taking them, it'd still be questionable because John Morant's not a great three-point shooter, but if it was Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, we wouldn't really be questioning it because that's a shot that they've shown that they can make. Yeah, Dillon Brooks, and I think game 2, you hit a crazy 3 to pretty much put the dagger in it. But you're not that guy. You're not the guy they're going to go to down the stretch. That's Desmond Bane when John Morant's out. That's Desmond Bane, Tyus Jones sometimes, Jaren Jackson Jr. And I'm going to talk about that too. That was a terrible 3 at the end of the game. You guys didn't need that 3. That was a heavily contested shot. I don't know if Draymond Green blocked it or if he hit his arm. I got to probably look back at it. But stop with... I get this team is young. This team is so young. Steven Adams, I think, is their oldest player, and he's like 28, 29. Their youngest is obviously probably Zaire Williams, actually. Zaire Williams is the youngest. I think he's like 19, maybe 20 now. But I get the Grizzlies are young. They are a couple to... They're probably 2 to 3 years away from... If they can keep this core together, grow, or get some, or trade a couple pieces to get a better player, then I think this team can really do some damage. But right now, it's the Warriors, it's the Phoenix Suns, it's the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm guessing next year is going to be the Brooklyn Nets, 76ers, hopefully. Hopefully, the Chicago Bulls. And then next year, the Clippers are going to be back. Everyone should pretty much be fully healthy next year, besides maybe Kawhi Leonard. He might sit out. I hope Kawhi Leonard sit out an entire year. Kawhi Leonard should be healthy unless something happens during the summer. To start the year, we should have fully healthy teams. Jonathan Isaac is a name that you probably haven't heard since the damn bubble because that's when he's got injured. Jonathan Isaac should be back. So we should have a really good season to start off with. Knock on wood that there's going to be not a lot of injuries, if any injuries at all. Even though I know there's going to be injuries, but I don't want to jinx it because I hate seeing injuries. Hopefully Lonzo's back. I don't think we would have won that series against the Milwaukee Bucks, but Lonzo definitely would have helped, even during the regular season, to help us maybe bump up to play against the 76ers or something like that. I don't know. We would have lost in the first round anyways unless we faced, like... we would have lost in the first round. We probably would have had a better matchup against the 76ers or the Celtics than the damn Milwaukee Bucks, because I think the Milwaukee Bucks are that. And yes, I know I haven't said anything since I made the prediction video, but yeah, I said the Brooklyn Nets in 7. None of you could have guessed the Nets were going to get swept. You could have guessed the Celtics were going to win, but not in a sweep, and you guys definitely did not expect Kevin Durant to play as bad as he did. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys like these type of videos, I'm going to do it even if you like it or not. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace.